Okay, we're live. Yay. Well, how are you doing, Jean?
I am doing well, Terry. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We
Yeah.
we are here having, this is our another installment of the Akashic Healing Series done by Terry Suzuki of Kigaru Spiritual Journeys. And all of us together, we will be doing this together. We need each and every one of you and all of your energies together, because with each person it amplifies and elevates the power and the just the I'm sorry, I have a sound over here. It really elevates the intensity and the how it works. I think it works so much better with all of us here together. It's an amazing
It
event.
it really does. And the one of the reasons it's so important for people to be here is because it's not like just my Akashic Records masters doing it. It's everybody's Akashic Records masters doing this. So when you join in, you're really putting your team in there to do some hard work.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Um,
Yeah.
it's a big subject and it has many different identities, I think.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So let's say hi to some of our audience. Amanda Carroll was first. She was here first. Teresa Haldren, Starfish Jenny, our good friend. Martha Bean is here. Um, I am so happy to see people starting to come in. Um, what on earth did I type? Well, Teresa, that I have noticed that really happens in the chat.
That's
Um,
funny.
yeah, for me, probably because I need to look at the bottom part of my glasses and it's hard to do so. Oh, the chromosomes here. Hi, Priscilla. And Susie 007 and Tina McSee, T Lynn, Sue Toffee. Oh, everybody coming in. Well, we actually got started on time today. What always happens is Jean and I get ready. We're in the background. We're in the background. And then we start chatting about the subject. And then we start getting lost in the subject and all of the interesting things. Uh, and this one is no different except for Jean recognized the time before I did. So we're on time today. So I did notice Starfish Jenny said last week really worked, and that
Oh,
last
wow.
week was jealousy. So I'm so glad. I'm glad that that worked. Um,
It
that
was really very powerful.
yeah, it was an amazing one. I'm hoping this. Well, not hoping. I know this one's going to be just as amazing because uh, I always think each one, oh, that's so good. I can't believe they just told me all this secret sauce of the universe. And whoa. And I think it just can't get any better. And then, and then it gets better. So today is anxiety. And as Jean and I were talking, anxiety is a big thing because it overtakes so many different parts. It's not just anxiety, it's fear, it just goes into every little part of our life. Um, Jean, what else? You had something really amazing to say about anxiety and the things, the way it creeps in.
It's that doubt. It's that ego coming in and saying, "Who do you think you are?" That kind of thing. Like, um, it's that. Well, we were talking about the imposter syndrome. It's fear. It's doubt. It's the fear of sort of uh, succeeding, that holds us back. The um, self doubt, or, worried about what other people might think, or worried about what would happen if we did it, like if we
Mhm.
were to start a YouTube channel, or what if it all has to do with it kind of like stops you, and it kind of interrupts your flow, your creativity, your expansion, and it has a little bit to do with safety too. Like
Right.
if you're anxious about going outside, or being outside, or being with a big crowd of people, and it's all very real, and like what Terry was saying, it's a very physical um, emotion. It's very
Yeah.
physical, and it's there almost to protect us. But then it we sort of get stuck in that.
Yeah. Well, I love what Valerie just said. I love particularly the middle part of it. It makes it very hard to relax and enjoy life. Yes. Yes. So as I was sharing with Jean, as I was getting ready for this, I went to my refrigerator to get a little drink. So if I talk too much or my voice gets a little too raspy, I have something to drink. And as I'm going there, I hear anxiety talking to me, even like, because I don't get pre-healed here. I get healed as you're getting healed. I get to participate while you're participating. And I heard anxiety saying, "Who do you think you are? Why do you think you can do that? What, you know, you think you're pretty big, huh?" And then my Akashic Records masters, the voices of reason, come in and said, "If not you, then who? Do it. Just do it." And so it's actually that reminds me a lot of a quote by Nelson Mandela that said something like that. It's not that we're afraid. It's not that we're afraid of greatness. We're afraid that we're too great. And I think the last part of the thing is, if not you, then who? Just
It
overcome your fear and do it. Yeah.
That is powerful.
Yeah.
And it comes. We all have different degrees, and we all have um, you know the need to step outside of our comfort zone, and that comfort zone kind of gets smaller and smaller and smaller because
Right.
we're like, oh no, that was a little uncomfortable, and oh, we don't like that too loud thing, and oh, I don't want to go to that restaurant anymore, and we kind of find things that don't work. But it's really important for us to work on how to deal with that, and how to sort of survive in an uncomfortable situation. Like there's a book called Feeling the Fear and Doing It Anyway. Like there's a tolerance that we need to build, that we need to let ourselves know that we're okay, we're fine, we're not in any danger, and that it's okay to be uncomfortable. It's okay to step outside of our comfort zone. It's okay to risk um, a new career, or risk going to a new job. It's uncomfortable, but it's a fine line. It's really a fine line, but it is really very difficult for most of us, because we are all so sensitive. We're here because we're sensitive. We're sensitive because we're opening up our spiritual connections, and we need to open up and be spiritual, right? To be sensitive, to listen to the messages, and yet that also leaves us open and sensitive to the exterior. So that kind of makes us feel that uncomfortableness. But I'm not talking from experience, or I need this healing as much as anybody, because I know that my comfort zone is getting smaller because I'm just really sensitive.
Yeah. But thank you, Jean, because I think we're all feeling that very, very much. So, just to kind of remind everybody, this healing is through the Akashic records. So, during this time, I will, if you say yes in the chat, or if you're listening on the replay, you say yes in the comments, then that will allow me to open your Akashic records. And when I open your Akashic records, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have your Akashic records masters help me with this healing. So my Akashic records masters have kind of guided me and told me what's going to go on. And what they do is they tell me a couple days before what the focus is. And then usually they kind of let it sit for a couple days. And then they give me on the morning of Tuesday, they give me how they're going to do it, what they want to have happen. And this time, though, because this is such a big one, they have been talking to me Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and today. Because this one is a deep one in our lives, and so it is going to be a tiny bit different. They're not going to go back to the 0 point this time. You know, a lot of times they go back into our past lives and into our ancestors' lives. They go to the 0 point of our soul's creation, and they start healing it from then. In this case, what they've told me is that this is anxiety is part of our body. It's not in our soul. Our souls do not have anxiety. It's part of our body. And so therefore the healing, the clearing and the healing needs to take place in this incarnation, this life, or all the lives that you might be living concurrently right now, but it's a now thing. And so they're going to do it a tiny bit differently. Um, we're going to have some visualizations here because even so, and in this time that the clearing is not going to be so long. They're going to do the clearing pretty fast, but they're going to do the healing they're going to put a lot into this healing. So that's going to be very interesting. Yep, Rossi, cell memory. This is going right into our cells. Whew. Okay, so what I want everyone to do is take some deep breaths. Try to do about 3 of them. You don't have to match mine. Breathe at your own rate, but what you're going to do is take a breath in, kind of hold it, let it out through your mouth. Try to let it out longer than you took it in. I want you to place your attention kind of around your head, your crown chakra, because the crown chakra is kind of where the quantum field exists. I mean, it exists everywhere, but I tend to feel it right there, and a lot of people do too. So kind of just put your attention on your crown chakra, and as you're breathing, just allow the crown chakra to open. Okay, and we're all ready. I'm going to say the prayer of protection, and then I'm going to uh, use the key. So here's the prayer of protection. We are surrounded by the pure white light of divine source. We connect ourselves to Metatron's grid of opalescent light that connects us more firmly to our higher selves and to healing. We ask Archangel Michael to protect and guide us as we call forth all of our angels, guides, beings of light, and Akashic Records masters to assist us now to receive information of the highest truth, highest frequency of light and love, allowing us to receive exactly what we need for our greatest good and the greatest good of humanity. I'm also reminded right now to invite in the Ascended Masters. So, Ascended Masters, please join us and help us. And so it is. Okay. So, this is everybody's already saying yes. So, that's good. This is the time to say yes if you want to participate in this. So, now I'm going to open your Akashic records by saying the Akashic records key. We open ourselves to the light, and with this light, we open ourselves to our truth. And with this light, we open ourselves to our soul's purpose. And with this light, we open ourselves to be guided towards our highest good and the highest good of all in divine love. And so the people of the audience and the people of the watching on the replay are given the truth to best serve them on their healing journey into the love and acceptance that is most beneficial for them at this moment. I'm going to repeat this twice to myself. And with this light and guidance, we unlock the energy field of the people watching on the live and the people watching on the replay to receive the record of their soul. Okay. So we're going to talk a little bit about anxiety first. And they're saying anxiety is fear of the unknown. It resides in our body, in your body. And it makes sense because, after all, isn't that your biggest questions? Isn't that what you want to know? Wanting knowledge of the future to quell anxiety? The body is anxious, but the soul is certain. The clearing and healing will be different today. Your ancestors needed anxiety to survive. Humanity is turning a corner of evolution, and it is not needed, meaning anxiety, it is not needed in the same way. This clearing starts in this incarnation, in all of the lives, or if even some who have a singular life right now, in this time and place. And I see that energetic hand that usually reaches back and pulls the energy out. This time I see the energetic hand reach forward to that 0 point that I often talk about. And this time the hand touches our lives and it just soothes. It's almost like they've just petted our past lives, just soothed them all down. So the lives are being soothed from 0 point to now. And this is to reduce our anxiety about it, the anxiety not being taken out. Our ancestors needed it though. And when we look at past lives, it needs to be there so we can understand what they went through. However, anxiety starts before we even are embodied. And so we go into the lives and we cut the roots of anxiety from the previous lives. So they've cut the roots of previous lives' anxiety coming into this one. We also, I see the hand going over our incarnation now, our lives now, and going to the end of this life and cutting those roots because we are now currently sending roots of anxiety into our future lives. So they are cutting those and removing them from the future. And they want me, for some reason, to repeat that to let you know that they are now cutting anxiety from this life to the future so that your future is free and clear. And I see them erecting a wall at both ends of our life, and actually it goes around our life. This wall looks almost like a bubble. It's like a clear wall, but there's two walls, like a bubble going around us. Okay. They're going to say more about that in a moment, but they want us to know that they have cordoned off from the past lives and from the future lives. They're just working on this life right now. Okay. So now we're going to do the clearing. And again, we're going to really tap into the divine source that's going to lead us through this clearing. So this is the time that if they give you words of how anxiety has affected you, how anxiety has hurt you, you you may hear these things, you might feel these things, you might uh, see or sense times in your life that anxiety overwhelmed you and really hurt you. It, you may put those in the chat, and as I say the clearing prayer, then Jean's going to read them out and add them to the prayer. Okay, so this is the things you want to clear where that anxiety has harmed you in all of the multitude of ways. And okay, so here we go. So I'm going to take some deep breaths. We're going to concentrate on our crown chakra again, around our head. You might feel tingling. You might feel a heaviness, like you're wearing a great big hat. Dear Akashic Records Masters, for the people participating in this broadcast and those watching it later, we request an immediate and total clearing concerning anxiety and the problems it causes in our lives. We request a clearing of all those problems brought on by anxiety, such as fear, poor health, bad decisions, lack of trust, indecision, missed opportunities, vulnerabilities to others who may not have our best outcomes in mind, or at least thought they did, well-meaning advice that leads to catastrophes, feelings of unworthiness, feelings of doubt, the imposter syndrome, Jean, do you want to read things people have put into the prayer?
Yes. Self-sabotage, Lincoln sclerosis, time constraints, wondering if I'm going to lose control of myself at any moment, poor health, alopecia, fear that shows up as stomach problems, meeting new people, lack and poverty, type 1 diabetes, anxiety before and during flying, a nervous stomach. That sums it up. A nervous stomach, yeah. Um, never good enough, embarrassment, physical health problems.
I see abandonment and lack of trust. And freezing.
I'm not sure why I'm not seeing. Oh, here. Sorry, Terry. Yes,
All right.
freezing, public speaking, procrastination, lymphedema, lymphedema, stuttering, sweating, mumbling.
Yes, those are fabulous. We add all of these to the clearing and much, much more. Clear us of anything where anxiety prevents a true and positive connection to Source to allow for a complete healing and deep forgiveness of themselves and others, restoring each person's spiritual knowing and connection to Source. I want to repeat that. To restore each person's spiritual knowing, your knowing what's right for you, and the connection to Source. I ask that anxiety and all related problems be healed in all lives, all dimensions, all cellular structures, all space and time, in space, in between lives, in all astral lives, in all timelines, for the highest good of each person listening and humanity. The anxiety will be cleared of its power to damage us. Each person will remember that they have mastery and dominion over anxiety. The old feeling will become interesting, but will hold no power over us and will be easily let go of and learned from. New encounters with anxiety will be met with curiosity and a search for truth. This clearing and healing will be ongoing in this life and into the future. We restore each person, we request you restore each person to the highest timeline, to the being they were always meant to be, to facilitate their steps towards spiritual freedom for the highest good of each participant and humanity. And so it is. Thank you, dear Akashic Records Masters. Woo. So now they want to do the healing. And this healing is going to be definitely a little bit different. So I want to remind you a little bit of how I see, because I'm clairvoyant, how I see what's going on. So they show me this present life like a wheel. It's as if there's a wheel of tuck and roll upholstery in front of me. Like I can see all the different lives looking like bread loaves beside each other. So it's kind of lumpy. I can spin it and I can see that you lead many lives. There are some, though, that are only leading one life right now. And that is perfectly fine as well. Some of us have very specific missions, and that's okay. When I go to the end, they allowed me a few healings ago to look at it from the end. And what I saw was the flower of life, sacred geometry, where because I thought I only saw the lives that are on the outside of this roll, but there's lives on the inside too. And um, the sacred geometry tree is like in gold. And this gold, while it's I'm seeing it on the end, it goes through our lives. And if you look at it from the other end, you see the sacred gold, the sacred flower of life on that end too. And what that says to me is these lives are all connected, that even though we're only present in this one, this healing goes for all of them. And if there's only one life, this healing goes for the whole life. This time, they're going to drop the healing into us. And the way, so they've showed me part of it. I haven't experienced the whole healing, but I got to experience the very first part of it when they're showing me what they're going to do. And so, as a visual of how this is going to work, I want to show you just a little clip from another video. And Jean, if we could bring that up. So they're going to put some sort of very holy oil in us, on us. It's going to go into us. And what you're going to see here is this is how some parks in the Midwest get rid of cottonwood seed. That fluffy white stuff that just covers everything. And this is how they do it. And when they showed me how they're putting this in our body, they reminded me of this clip of how this is going to go in like a fire. So please just take a second to watch this, and it may help with your visualization.
So the cotton seed is from the trees, and it drops down on top of the grass, and it lays on top of the grass. But it only ignites the cotton seed, the white fluffy material itself, and it does not damage the grass or the trees or anything else around it. It only ignites the cotton seed. So this is how the clearing and the healing is coming through each of our cells. Is that what you said, Terry?
Yes, this is going to go into our cells. Think of those cotton seeds as cells. I also just want to say really quick, don't try that at home. Don't burn your cottonwood seeds, okay? These are professionals doing this. Okay. Well, thank you, Jean, for showing us that. Okay, so let's move on to the healing. So they have shown me, instead of a hand this time, it's really almost more like a cloud, like a being. And they're going to each of our lives. Each of our lives that we're living right now, our incarnations. And I see them pouring this oil onto our life, onto this our incarnation. And I see the oil as the lives rotate, it covers all the lives. This oil, this holy oil that they've put on us, is very, very, very thick. It does not drip does not drip off the wheels of the life. It stays on there. And once the entire lives are coded and that the the sacred geometry is coded, I see each of your Akashic Records masters breathing fire into the sacred geometry at the beginning of your life. And they just breathe it in. But they've also told me this is not just fire, they're breathing life in. They're breathing the life into you. And I see this holy fire, this life, this breath of life entering your cells. I see the oil working in, entering our cells, going into each and every one of our cells, of our bodies, of every life. And I see it lighting you up as if there are flames going through your body slowly. It's healing, cleansing, upgrading, and igniting your whole being. This process is creating nearly a whole new being. They, as I was channeling that, they reminded me of something else. So often when we think of lighting up the darkness, especially when we're looking at ourselves spiritually and we think lighting up the darkness, we feel like we're revealing what's wrong with us, revealing the bad parts. And in this case, they told me, how come we always think that way? This time, we're lighting you up. We're revealing all the goodness in you, all the good parts, all of the strengths and resources that we put in you, that you put in you. When you decided to come here, you chose all of your strengths as well. Some of these strengths have been forgotten, and we are lighting you up for you to see every single good part of you, to remember all your strengths, all your abilities, to remember that you are a powerful being. I'm going to have to repeat that too. You are a powerful being, and they are reminding you of your powers, abilities, the ability to take charge of yourself, the ability to be more than your thoughts. And they've told me this too. This process is healing the, I hope I'm not pronouncing this wrong, but the myelin sheaths around our nerves and the synapses. So the myelin sheaths that become degraded over time and cause our nerve system to fire off wrong, to increase the problems surrounding anxiety. They're healing all of those synapses, recoding our nerves. So this is not just a spiritual healing, this is a physical healing. Because anxiety, as I said before, starts in our body. The process of fire, of the new life they're installing, are going to help you be more aware of the connection to your soul. The soul knows. The soul is sure. The soul is never anxious. So here they've asked me to pause a moment, and I want you to put in the good things that you want healed right now. All the things that you want the healing for, not only the things that you want gone, but the things you want to come in. Courage, um, whatever it is. So we're going to pause a moment for spirit, for your Akashic Records masters to put those ideas in your head. And please type them into the chat, and Jean will read them out.
Calmness, courage, serenity, confidence, tolerance, joy, strength, and fortitude,
Knowledge,
confidence, calm, clarity, joy, fun, curiosity. Wonderful. Healthy relationships. Sorry, guys. Confidence, decisiveness. Wow, that's strength.
yes,
Love. There he is. Childlike wonder. Motivation again. Family. Discernment. Freedom. Sovereignty. Brave.
I'm going to add connection and community.
Clarity. Kindness. Love. Compassion.
Mm. Love and compassion, those are so strong.
Peace.
Dear
Safety.
ones,
Sorry.
that's all right. Dear ones, we take all of these and even more and put them into your healing, into your soul. They're already there in your soul, but into your spirit where you feel them installed into your body so that these resources are there for you all the time, that you may draw upon these all the time. We tell you this: you will still encounter situations where anxiety may start to happen. However, your soul will remind you of this healing. Your soul will remind you that you are a powerful being, that you can control this, that it is up to you. We remind you that anxiety will no longer have a stronghold on you. You will be in control. And then they also gave me some words for this energetic healing. They told me that you may feel very strong after this. You may feel even a tiny bit weak after this. This is a very, very powerful healing. They want you not to stop taking any medications you're on. You might feel so good, you may want to do that. Do not do that. Do not stop taking any medications until your doctor tells you to. You might feel a lot of energy from this. And they're also letting you know that this energy, this healing, this energy to heal anxiety is something you can send out as well. They showed me that when they put that bubble around our life, they did so because that this this shields us from past anxieties that came in, and it shields us from putting anxiety into our future. But they have been very, very gracious about this because this shield, like I said, it was double-sided, somehow also protects your relatives, the people around you, husbands, wives, all the people around you. This also puts in a calming effect on their anxiety. Of course, they're not getting the very same healing that you're getting, but they're doing that. They're putting this bubble around us to protect us so that we have time to become used to this, to become used to this big change, this really big change. But I just love it that we may share this. We can put this out towards others and share the reduction of anxiety. Okay. Is there any last words, Akashic Records Masters, that you want to add here? They're just saying, go in confidence, go in knowledge, know how much we love you. Never forget what we've said today. Remember, you are a powerful being, and we are here to help you. And so it is. Okay. So I noticed Jenny says, how can we share? And they may reveal more of that to you, but the way that I saw it was that it was like an energy bubble that's around me that I can somehow pulse out to others. They also said there's no need to explain that to others. Just do it. And they said, just be it. Just be it. So hopefully they'll tell you more about that. But that is what they said, that you can pulse this out to others just by being it. Okay. So Jean, I'm going to say the closing. As always, I allow you to leave your records open to you. And that way, if you want to keep the conversation going with your Akashic Records masters, you can. But I'm going to close them to me and others. Okay. I would like to close by thanking the light for the truth. I would like to close by thanking the light for the healing energy. I would like to close by thanking the light for the guidance and compassion towards our soul's purpose. And with this, we leave the records unlocked to those who have chosen to continue the conversation, but I lock the records to me and to anyone else. The records are now closed. Ooh.
Well done.
I am still all tingly. That one was, yeah.
So, Tina, McC says, that makes sense. You have it inside you to give to others. And
Right.
Janet DC says, I feel so peaceful.
Yeah. I hope everybody gets to feel that little bit of peace.
And Valerie says, thank you. I could feel a relaxation of my inner organs, especially around my heart. Yep.
Wow. I feel
And
like I can see that, like somehow there were bonds around the heart.
Jenny says, it just gets better and better. Amanda
Yeah.
says, really good.
Yeah. They keep
Aw.
blowing my mind. Yep.
Shaughnessy says, total sweetness. Thank you so much.
Okay.
I think it's
Wow.
important just to remind us to be kind and sweet and tolerant of ourselves as well. You know, have, showing ourselves the gratitude, showing ourselves the healing, showing ourselves the patience, and showing ourselves the strength and the courage. Um, you know, it's almost like remember that part of us is this higher self, and this
Mm,
higher self is to take care of the human aspect, and that's why we take care of this human, so that the higher self and the divine aspect or our soul can express and create here in this world. Rossi says, I'm so grateful for the love being shown to us. Aw.
yeah. I am always blown away by the love that the Akashic Records masters have for us. It's just, I mean, it's not that they're not funny or playful sometimes, but it's all really about the love, and restoring us to the beings we're supposed to be.
And Linda says, thank you both. I feel calmer now.
Yeah, I'm so glad. Well, this one went a lot longer than usual. Um, they surprised me a lot this time because the healing was much, much bigger than the clearing. Yeah,
Yeah, I think it was very well covered everything and all encompassing. Um, I think there's not much left to
yeah,
add.
yes. Well, thank you everybody for coming. This, of course, will go into my channel. You can always watch it again. You can share it with people. Um, if anybody, if you get something out of this, if you, well, you are going to get the healing. Um, you can share that healing with others, not just by beaming it to them. Maybe if you have a little bit of courage with some people to say, hey, go listen to this. This is going to change your life. So, okay. Well, thank you everybody. We're going to go now. Thank you so much for joining us, and next Tuesday there'll be another one. After that, I am leaving the country for a little bit, and I'm going to probably do some encore presentations. Uh, and I may try to do one from the country that I'm going to. So, see you later, everybody. Thank you so much.
Bye bye, everybody. Thanks.